Stuart.
Done.
What a great segue. We go
It
from
is,
these
perfect.
high school kids going, now we have the folks on the other end of their life spectrum, able to access the Beacon mobile app. Tell us
That's
about
right,
it.
right. Well, most of our readers really do prefer to read in print, and I actually start my column this month with a discussion of the new Scientific American article that came out a month or so ago called Why the Brain Prefers Print. And they evaluated 20 years worth of studies in the subject area of online and screen work versus print. And they discovered that you comprehend better when you read in print, you recall better, and you have less eye strain, fewer headaches. It's just a general better experience and a more effective one. So that's, I think, one of the main reasons why most boomers and older adults that I meet, all prefer to read in print rather than on a screen.
But not as good an experience for the forest or the paper. The trees
Well,
are being cut
that's
down
one way to look at it.
Yeah.
But there are other benefits to being able to read on a screen or to carry your iPad around or look on
Convenience.
your smartphone. Absolutely. So we wanted to be part of the up and coming revolution in that sense, and so the Beacon has now finally unveiled its first mobile app. So you can download from either the Apple App Store or from the Google Play Store, and it takes our website basically and reformats it in a way that's much more conducive to reading on a tablet or a
So
phone.
I just hit my iPhone, hit the app, and pop. There's the whole list of
Well, you can
stores.
go to the store. It's free. You can download the app,
Right,
and then when you
Once
use the
it's-
app,
once it's
Once it's
downloaded.
downloaded,
yeah.
I'll just hit-
Then to access the Beacon, you just open it up, and it starts out showing you sort of a selection of stories. But then at the bottom there are buttons, and you can say, I want to see the paper as it looks in print, and then you'll get a flip version of the actual newspaper. Or you can say, I want to see the videos, or I want to see the games, or I want to see the comics, or whatever else
I can
that you want to
search it.
see.
If I forgot there was an article 5 months ago, but I can't remember when, I just
Right,
search.
right. You can look at the pack.
So have you investigated the opportunity of bringing it to the Kindle device or other kinds
Yeah,
of these
I believe
readers?
I believe it's already
because
available for
that's
that.
one of the things is this Scientific American article is looking at 20 years, but the thing is some of the new technology that's been coming out for readers, like Kindle's been really Amazon's been really touting their Kindle Paperwhite, and they talk about the digital ink and the higher resolution retina screens that have higher dots per inch are supposed to start resolving some of the eye strain issues and things like that. I personally love the Kindle Paperwhite thing that I have that I can slip in my back pocket, and it's very light and
I'm interested in the
100 books on
behind the
it.
scenes issues that you may have addressed with your staff. I mean, was there a transition? Because when you write for the screen as opposed to writing in print, it's sort of a different animal.
Well, we haven't really done that. I think our readers like our format of our publication and our stories and their lengths and whatnot. So it's not like we've turned the whole experience into a, short snippets and
24-hour.
blogs and that kind of thing at all. Yes, it's not that. It's really, it's the same. We do load things up almost every day, but not into the degree that some of these daily sites would do. We're not Huffington Post. We are basically just a formatting version right now. But this is early. I mean, we don't expect this to be a
Are you
major
looking
percentage
at-
of our readers,
Are
but
you
down the
looking at
road.
maybe web-only content that might be shorter?
Well, we have web.
less
We
work?
do. I mean, on our website, we are able to put up more stories than we can put in our paper because our paper is limited in size. So, as I say, we do always add additional things to the website, and we have a calendar of events on the website which we don't have. I mean, we have Beacon Bits in the paper, but we don't have an ongoing up-to-date
Beacon
calendar.
Bits, I like that.
And we've had that
Don't
for
call
over
us
25
Bacon
years.
Bits. No,
Yeah,
no.
I want to put that on there.
We're kosher,
Mr. Kosher.
Yes.
What other kosher things are we talking about? Tell us about some of the
Our
health.
health
I mean, this
section.
is
We have some
exciting.
really
Yeah,
phenomenal
yeah.
health stories this month.
Okay,
in the
we
Beacon.
don't have a lot of time, but
All right, well,
I
let me
want to
just
get
sort
through
of,
these.
I'll touch on them quickly. One is gene therapy. There have been a number of recent developments, 120 or so cases of individuals who have gotten with leukemia, who have run out of all other options, who've been able to get any kind of help with anything else. With this one gene therapy, a one-dose adjustment to their white blood cells, have had complete remission. 19 of 22 children and 5 adults, all complete
Amazing.
remission.
Amen.
In one, it's amazing.
Wow.
So this has the potential to be the first real gene therapy in America that works, and will be the first therapy for cancer in the world.
Okay.
Another story is about a robotic arm, which was developed by students in University of Pennsylvania. They were engineering students in college, and they came up with this project where they developed a robotic arm that can be used, for example, by grandparents to lift their grandchildren.
So I have my arm, and is
Right.
it like an exoskeleton?
Yes,
kind
it's
of
an
thing?
exoskeleton around the arm
I
with
want
cables,
that.
and
I don't
it has
even need it, and I
there's a
want
little
that.
joystick which helps you move it, and then you wear a small backpack which is battery powered, so you can move around with it. They spent $2,000, and they developed this thing which works for all kind of people who are working on lines where they have to always, construction, exactly. So that has potential tremendously to be very successful.
40 seconds.
And then a wheelchair article. People who are
Okay.
paralyzed from the neck down, who are unable to move their wheelchair, how do they get around? There have been these straws where you blow and pull and stuff. Now there's a new development. They have a stud in your tongue. And
Okay.
you wear a headset, and by moving your tongue, touching it to your right or left teeth, you move this wheelchair. And it's apparently much easier, it's much less strain, it's much faster, they learn it more quickly. Now people who don't want to have their tongue pierced, don't want to do it.
Who doesn't want their tongue pierced?
Doesn't
Yeah.
everyone here have their tongue pierced? at
That
this
is
point?
so cool.
Yeah.
That's,
So all kinds of amazing things happening in the world. I think it's so
in,
exciting.
and it's all in the beacon.
all in the beacon, everyone.
Thank you, Stuart. And thanks all of you. What a great show. And thank all of you in the viewing audience for joining us for this week's edition of Montgomery Week in Review. I'm Don Moores. I welcome you to come back again next week at this very same time.